Let's talk about ADHD, but with a special friend. And today I have a very special guest, Alexandra from is it at the Studio City Barbie? Or just Studio City Barbie?
The Studio City Barbie, the one and only.
The one and only, one of my besties. I love you so fucking much, and thank you so much for being here today.
I love you. Thank you for having me. I'm the first guest. I feel so honored.
Dude, you are the first guest, and
No.
I think you're for one, I think you're so goddamn iconic.
Oh my gosh. No, you are.
No, you are.
You are.
No, I love you. I love your body, but I'm not ready to meet your
fam.
Wait, okay. So to give everybody context, like how did we meet? I actually would like to know, where did we meet from your perspective?
From my perspective, so it was a dark, dreary night in Los Angeles, California. 2004?
Yeah, Fat Camp?
Fat Camp. Yeah, I was one of the counselors, actually.
And I was the camp, I'm sorry.
No, I think we met at Fontana Market.
Yeah, we did meet at Fontana Market. Val and I, our friend Vicious Sense, we started talking to you because we were really intrigued by your artist vendor rants on Instagram.
Oh my God. I don't miss those.
Don't miss those. I think that's like a whole episode in itself.
That
we should talk
is
about that at some point.
Whole topic in its own.
But like we've been friends for like what, about almost like a little over a year at this point, no?
Yeah, I would say like, our souls have been traveling through space for centuries, but we've known each other in this version for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Honestly, and it's been so goddamn great. I love you so much. I really fucking love you.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
I also wanted to have you on the podcast because I know that you also have ADHD and some other letters.
I sure do.
I'm curious to know, what has that struggle been like for you? Because like, bitch, I'm fucked up.
I think the thing that I struggle with the most with my ADHD is how I interact with other people in real life. Other people, like, this is a mental illness. It is, that we live with and struggle with every day. But I don't have like a speech impediment. I'm not missing a limb. I don't have one eye. So people think that I'm normal. When I'm every single day, I'm struggling to just get through the day because it is an executive functioning disorder. There's days when I can't start the simplest things. And even when I do start them, I can't finish them. I have time blindness. I have task paralysis. I say things I shouldn't say. And also, like, my emotions are always all over the place, too. So it's like, it's a struggle, but I consider it to be one of my absolute biggest superpowers because there's no one out there. There's people that I know with ADHD that have a lot of similar characteristics and flaws that I do, but it does make every single one of us like extremely unique from the other like people of the world.
I totally fucking agree with you there. And especially I think the biggest thing is mostly time blindness and then the executive like function. Okay, your mind is so loud and you have so many amazingly great ideas that could be potentially successful in so many ways that could be such really great ventures, but you just cannot physically get yourself out of bed. You can't physically get yourself to like the desk to go do the goddamn thing. Even something as simple as like doing laundry or like taking a shower. I know a lot of people deal with like the time blindness, executive function, or even hyperfocusing and all the other like emotional dysregulation. It's all on a spectrum for everybody, if that makes sense. I don't know if you experience like all the other stuff as well.
No, completely. Like kind of even like you said, like even just doing your laundry and any task that I do can lead to something like, I'll start my laundry, right? I'm like, I put my clothes in, I'm about to put the soap in, and then I find a coin in one of my jean pockets, and the next thing you know, like, I'm upstairs sorting through all of my jar of coins, and the laundry like, the washing machine hasn't even been turned on. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that distracting, so even when you do finally sit down at the desk to begin executing this $1,000,000 idea you have, we can get distracted by the simplest thing and forget what I was doing mid-task. I will literally just, like, leave and lose the entire plot of what I was doing.
No, oh my God. This is, and okay, tell me if this happened like for you growing up, but when I was like a child, this happened so frequently. And oh, dude, it's so shitty that at least for me, I was never diagnosed at an early age.
Yeah.
So as an adult, going back to thinking, oh, I was just lazy, I was stupid, I was like airheaded, I was just like the worst fucking child, the most awkward, stupid fucking child. But in reality, no, like I had ADHD, like my mind, I would disassociate a lot. I would lose track of time a lot. I would go into task paralysis a lot. Like, and I still do it to this day, even though I'm fully medicated. Um, did you experience all this shit when you were younger or no?
I did, but I had 3 brothers, and 2 of them were younger, and they had way worse, I guess, issues than I did at that point, so I kind of stayed to myself when I was younger. My brother was diagnosed with ADHD when we were young. I was never tested. I wasn't tested until I was an adult, and I think I began to notice it. Like, I always kind of knew that I was different. I always knew that I was more creative. I always knew that I didn't, want to do exactly what was told. I did have a lot of energy. I was always had different, like, ideas. I was super, super creative as a kid. But because my siblings had, I guess, worse mental, and even, like, one of my younger brothers, he had an issue with his leg for a long time, so he was, like, limping all over the place, and, like,
Mhm.
all my parents' attention went to that. So I kind of, like, became this, like, recluse child. But then when I was finally an adult and when I was finally free and out on my own, I went crazy because it's like, okay, I have all this free will to do everything. I have so many ideas. I have so much energy. I have so much adrenaline, but I can't seem to harness it and, like, make it make it work in real life because I was never taught. And no one ever knew when I was growing up. I kinda, like, bottled it up, and I was misunderstood a lot when I was little, but now that I'm adult, I'm out here and I can't shut the fuck up. And even people my mom's friends that talk to me now, like, they follow me on my socials, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't understand how you ended up like this. Like, you were such a quiet, like, reserved child." And it's like, well, now I have, the freedom to do whatever the hell I want, and I'm an adult that is suffering with ADHD. So
Oh my gosh. I'm curious now too. If I'm listening to you and I'm like, okay, this is literally me. Like, this is dead ass, just me. Me in a nutshell. Growing up, I was such a weird fucking child. So goddamn weird. I was very in my head a lot. Were you in your head a lot growing up?
oh,
Kind of like the wallflower.
completely. I would write stories in my head. There's stories that I wrote in my head when I was little that I still remember. I could tell you where I was when I came up with these things too. Like,
Oh my God.
I see it in my art. Like, I was just going through some of my old stuff, and I'm staying at my parents' house right now, and I was digging up my old artwork, and I can not only remember drawing it, but I can tell you what I was thinking. Like, I also pick up, like, my old, like, Britney albums, my old Backstreet Boys albums, and I would write as a child, in my head, I would write stories, and that would go along with those songs in the plot, and, like, it's like I have such a vivid memory of that because I was by myself often, but I was exploding with this creativity that I couldn't, get out. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I still remember all of that.
Dude, isn't that okay? Isn't that so insane to think now as an adult? I can remember where I was in my bedroom in 2009, February 2009. I can remember what I was doing. I was writing in my diary, listening to Backstreet Boys, but I can't remember why I walked into a room.
Yes, no, literally. Literally me at work, seconds after I'm told to do something. I already forgot.
No, dead ass me.
But
And then they think you're incompetent or they think you're stupid. I'm like, no, bitch, I
yeah.
actually just forgot.
Be like, actually, like, I might and the thing is, like, with ADHD, I don't know if you experience this, but I know I've heard several people do. It's a constant noise. Like, even as I'm talking to you right now, there's a million things going on in the background noise in my head as I'm looking around this room of things I need to do, things that I haven't done, things that I'm scared of, things that I'm avoiding, things that I'm excited about. Like, my brain doesn't stop ever.
Same. And this is why, for one, we are so fucking tired. Two, why our social batteries get depleted extremely easily. And three, also why it makes it even harder. Like, it contributes to our task paralysis, like being able, executive function, being able to like do the things that we want to do. We're just exhausted to the core of our beings because our minds are going like, and some people experience ADHD, like the very physical, like being hyperactive, like running around, I guess. Like that's like the stereotypical view of ADHD is like that overactive child, I suppose. But at least for me, that overactive child that's running around is in my mind and it's
Mhm.
24/7.
Yep.
That's how I picture it. But what do you think?
I no, that's exactly what it is. It's a constant noise, and sometimes I'm having conversations with people, and they're like, "Are you listening?" It's like, "Yes, I am listening," but, like, they can tell that I'm disassociating or I'm tuned out because the noise in my head is much louder than the noise in front of me. Um, and
Girl,
it
yes.
is literally a different our brains, we run on a different, like, operating system, if you would. And, like,
That's wonderful to say. That's a wonderfully
like,
well put. Very well
we
put.
we work on, like, iOS 5,000, like, you know what I mean? And it doesn't make us, like, any less. Like, if anything, we do have a superpower of being able to I don't know about you, but every ADHD person that I've ever met has way more empathy, and they're extremely self-aware because we have to be with how fast our brain is working. We have to be, we're more sensitive to other people, their energies.
Mhm.
I don't want to say we're smarter, but like
We're
it
smarter.
takes a different kind of person to get through it, and it's something that it's hard to explain. I don't know, like it's like explaining a food you've never tasted or a place you've never been and say you don't know it until you experience it. You have an idea of what it's like, and, a lot of people think, I hold a lot of guilt and shame from people thinking that I'm flaky or inconsistent or not paying attention, and that's not the case. I care about the people in my life so much. I just am overwhelmed and I'm overstimulated a lot, and a lot of normal things that people can accomplish on the daily, they fall through the cracks because of my ADHD. And I know that you've talked about it even on the pod before, like you struggle with like self-image or you think people hate you, and that's another thing that comes with ADHD because we don't operate on the same wavelength. There's a lot of guilt that we hold for like not being able to pull through or follow through, or even just like not living up to our potential, like not being able to complete the projects and the ideas. Like that's one of my biggest struggles to date, is
Same.
that I know what I'm capable of, and it breaks my heart that I haven't accomplished a lot of the things that I've wanted to at this point in my life.
Fuck, dude. That
Sorry,
yes,
that was
like
deep.
snaps for L. That was very wonderfully well put, and I completely, full-heartedly agree with you. And yes, god damn it, you hit the nail on the fucking coffin, dude. Like referencing to like what I mentioned before, like about self-image and self-hatred, is a lot of what you just said, like, oh, like the inconsistency of having ADHD, the unintentional inconsistency that people around us who are no, quote unquote normal like our friends see. It's like, I promise you, homie, I'm not trying to flake on you. I promise I didn't mean to forget. I'm so sorry I forgot your birthday. I'm so sorry. My mind was just not here. I'm here and I'm listening to you, but my mind is somewhere else and I'm not trying to be. My mind is just wired differently, and it's not like I don't love you, and you just become really insecure about it.
Yeah.
So I think this also kind of feeds into like rejection sensitivity dysphoria, like the feeling of like being rejected, and how our empathy and our emotions are way more intense than anybody's should be. I don't know if you experience that too, but at least for me, my emotions are they're either really really intense or they're really really fucking low. And even when they're low, they're still goddamn intense. When I'm depressed, I am depressed, and it's taken me until recently to realize I'm actually pretty fucking dramatic.
Yeah.
Like shit, I'm really dramatic. Oh my god! Like when I am sad, like I'm suicidal as fuck. I'm not suicidal. I'm
Right.
sad as fuck.
Yeah.
When I'm happy, I am the happiest I have ever been. And when I have any doubts come easily for me with ADHD because I need that certainty from people, whether it's like my friends, my partners, or whatever the fuck it is. I need that certainty in order to be able to just function normally without overthinking. Do you experience that as well? Am I just like rambling?
So, I read this once that, like, our brains as people with ADHD, we're wired for, like, intensity. Like, so
Mhm.
emotionally and but also, like, neurologically
Neurologically?
we have, like okay, so there's, like, normal people get their hits of dopamine through certain whatever, but as people with ADHD, our dopamine systems are extremely dysregulated. So having that, like, approval and social status and connection, it hits stronger, and so when we do get those, like, hits of rejection or betrayal or whatever, it feels like a like, dead ass, it feels like a dopamine crash, like, it hits much harder, and I personally, my biggest thing is, like, I I will overanalyze my interactions with people and
Same.
always wonder, like, "Did I say something wrong? Did it come" I'm always, like, trying to, like, cover up my tracks or my words before I even get a response back.
Do you ever feel the need to like give a disclaimer when you're like trying to explain something or like over explain to
Oh,
a point so that way
yeah.
you don't come off as like wrong or mean or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm also, like, I I'm not very good at like, I'm a people pleaser, I wanna make sure that everyone likes me, and sometimes at my own expense, you know? I've had people, like, completely walk all over me because of that,
Same.
and I feel like I also, like, e when my emotions are dysregulated like this, I'd rather, like, ghost you or I shut down rather than risk, like, being rejected. Like, I withdraw myself from a situation, a confrontation, like, I avoid conflict and confrontation like no fucking other. Like, I can't do it.
Same. No, I do I've done the same thing. I do the same thing. It's even crazier to think that a lot of the time too, when we get in our heads and we go to that really dark place, like, oh, I think this person is mad at me. I think, oh God, like I've ruined the relationship. They probably don't like me anymore or whatever. Like the littlest things. And then you go to a really dark place. And then we unintentionally just decide to ghost you because not even because we're trying to be an asshole, but we just
Right.
don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
And then in reality, it really wasn't even that big of a deal. And that person's not even worried about it.
No, I also notice it too, like, in my romantic relationships, like, because of the way my brain is wired, I get attached fast, and then often, like, when they pull away for whatever reason, it'll feel like abandonment rather than them just seeing space or whatever, and I'm not trying to say that, like, I'm, like, super clean like, but you've seen my shit, like,
It's not
I
that
I
though. It's
meet someone, I'm like, "Oh, I'm in love with him, this is my husband, like, we're gonna have 3 kids, these are their names, whatever." But and that's also part of the intensity because I deep down, I don't know that person enough to have those feelings for them, but my brain is just, like, wired for the hyperactivity and the intensity and the drama of it all. I get high it's like a dopamine hit.
girl.
Again, I get high off, the really high highs of, like, I'm obsessed with this person, blah, 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 and then I also get a high from the crash when they pull away, and then at the end of the day, when I look at it, weeks or months later from an outside perspective, it's like, I didn't give a shit about that man once because we didn't know each
Dude,
other.
I know this is a mixture of all things ADHD. It's a mixture of wanting to seek dopamines and trying to like get your dopamine levels in. It's also hyper focusing because I know, with the ADHD, we can hyper focus on like things that we really like in terms of like hobbies, music. The same song will play over and over and over again until we're fucking tired of it. But when it comes to people, if at least for me, if I really like you, I really like you and I want to get to know you like really well. Like I want to know all the nitty gritty. I'm hyper focused on this individual and like And even if it's just friends, like if I think you're a really cool friend and I just want to hang out with you all the time. Like I want to chill with you all the time. I want to be there all the time. Like I have an intense love and respect for you. And some people can't handle that. And that's
Yeah.
really, oh God, it's so annoing. I hate myself for
It
that.
becomes, like, overbearing for, like, a normal person, and we can't
I
see it while we're
know.
doing it. We but sometimes it takes, like it does take losing someone or, like, someone pulling away or us even becoming, like with ADHD because we hyperfixate on we hyperfixate on guy 1 and then he falls off, and then it's like, "Okay, well, here's another new shiny toy." You start hyperfixating on that, and then you realize you didn't give a shit about the first one to begin with. So it's just,
Girl,
like, this
that's
weird, like parasocial, like, I don't know what you wanna call it, but it's bizarre how and it's all controlled by our brains, like, it's not like these are fleeting feelings and fleeting reactions to get that high that we get.
it's just this, it's unintentionally seeking dopamine, trying to seek dopamines, trying to be stimulated, and then hyper focusing. And you said you got diagnosed as an adult, right? Like, how long ago did you get
I
diagnosed?
wanna
Like, when was that?
say 20 I was in college, so 2012 or 2013.
Oh, girl, you've had your diagnosis for a while.
Yes, but I also and I've gone through different medications, but also because I do have ADHD and I can't follow through, I've gone years without medicine just because I don't go back to the doctor to refill it, even though I need it. Yeah.
And can I? Is it bad? Is it bad? Should I ask? Ask what are you taking?
Yeah, so
Can
I
I
take
ask?
no, it's okay. I take Vyvanse. I take 50 milligrams of Vyvanse, which is one of the stronger doses, and I do have to take it very early in the morning, or else I won't sleep. I was first prescribed Ritalin, that didn't work. I then started taking my brother's Adderall, which I felt like I remember it was like 2012, I think, before I was even diagnosed, I was taking that, and I felt like that Bradley Cooper movie, Limitless. I remember the first time I took it, I ran, like, 3 miles around Town Lake and cleaned my whole house with, like, the floorboards with a fucking toothbrush. TMI. But now, like, it does help me kind of come up with a structure for my day. Like, if I don't take it every morning, I will wake up and, do my little morning routine, whatever, but I will procrastinate severely. I'll go drive around with no, you know, destination or end goal. I'll get a coffee, I'll listen to some music. I don't have any kind of plan for the day if I'm not working. So when I do take it, it does definitely I don't even know, it shifts something in my brain to where I can start a task and actually finish it, and it helps me hyper focus in a healthier way to where my brain becomes structured in kind of like a to-do list. It kinda tells me, "Okay, we're done with this, check, we're on to the next thing, check." I'm able to pick something up, deal with it, and then be done with it, you know what I mean? Because like, when you don't have medication, it's like, you pick something up and then you put it down and then you see this and then you're over here. It's like a dog that has seen a squirrel in the park. So it just helps me kind of regulate my day, the structure of my day.
Okay, I'm really genuinely super glad that you're actually on a medication that works for you and seems to really do something for you as opposed to like doing something negative for you. But even then, do you experience the fact that it's not even perfect? Like you're on your medications and yeah, you're functioning a lot better, but it's not the answer, kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, totally. I think that, it is a little bit of like a mask that helps me. Like, it'll help me get through the minutia of my day, getting my laundry done or going to charge my car or putting my clothes away, but it's not solving the problems that, I deal with when it comes to like my relationships or, it's the rejection sensitivity or, overanalyzing things. It just kind of structures my day a little better so I can finish things. It's not like, unfortunately, it's not a super drug that finishes everything. And what it does do though, it kind of ramps up my creativity because I've literally I've written I told you earlier, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
If I wake up, and the other thing, it helps me be active. So when I'll usually wake up at like 5 a.m., I'll take it. I'll go to the gym for like an hour and a half, and then I'll come and I'll write my book. And the thing that sucks about it is that like if you're not taking it consistently, there will be a crash. And on
Yeah.
the days that I do have my crash, I'll go back and read what I wrote for my book, and I'm like, who is this? Like, what, like,
Who
super
wrote
like,
this?
who wrote this? Like, and not in a negative way. It's just it seems like this, like, super version of me that has like, I don't, like, identify with when I'm not on my medication. So it does bring out a heightened create sense of creativity in me.
Oh yeah, dude, same, fucking same. I like for me, I currently take what am I? I'm taking Adderall. Well, generic for Adderall. How many milligrams? It is 30 milligrams of generic for Adderall, and I might up my dosage because I'm noticing that. Well, I'm doing amazing. Same, like the same boat as you. Like it's really amazing. It's not the one all be all, but it is helping me get my day more structured. But at the same time, what I have right now, I'm also taking an antidepressant too. I think the mixture of both of them it's really helping me to somewhat keep my emotions regulated,
Mhm.
but also allowing me to do the things that I need to do throughout the day. Like this podcast is sponsored by Adderall. This this podcast wouldn't be a thing if I wasn't taking my meds every day. If I didn't make sure, oh, I need to set an alarm for 6:30 or for whatever time it is so we can record the podcast, so I can get everything ready. Like this stuff would not be a thing if I didn't have my Adderall. And that sounds kind of like a little too dependent on your medications, but it's kind of it's fucked up, but I mean it's the reality. I need these medications to feel somewhat normal, and even then I'm still not normal. I'm still very hyperactive. I still get really in my feelings and I overthink a lot.
Mhm.
I'm still seeking dopamines and making really bad decisions at times. I'm still at the core of it. I am my ADHD, but
I am ADHD. We should do, like, a commercial, like
what does ADHD stand for? A dumb, hairy dildo.
a dumb hair. Oh my god.
But no, we really should though. One thing I want to ask before like we end the segment, and we've been like talking for 30 minutes or something.
That's
To 30 minutes.
crazy.
I can go on forever, honestly. But the biggest thing, the rejection sensitive dysphoria, and I've been talking about this a lot in previous episodes, that my emotions are just really, really intense. And I think that comes through with a lot of what I'm saying. But when I record these episodes, I'm really in the moment. So it's in the height of when I'm feeling all the bad things. I've been getting a lot of messages like, oh, like, Eric, are you okay? Like, like, it's going to be fine. Like, don't think that way. I'm like, no, dude, I'm fine. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm feeling that in the moment. And this is like the most raw, authentic expression of that. But you having ADHD as well, do you experience a lot of the rejection sensitive dysphoria?
Oh, yeah. Every single day. I've gotten really good at masking it because I work in the service industry. I work in the service industry right now. I'm a bartender right now, and it's just like, the amount of money that I make is dependent on my criticism, and sometimes, like, that's what am I talking about? The money that the money that I make
Yeah.
is dependent on my performance, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and that's true in a little bit, but sometimes people are just broke. So I'll get a bad tip and I take that personally and I get mad and I get upset. And that's such a small thing considering I see hundreds of people a day. But, it's perceived rejection. It's not real rejection because I don't know if these people are just broke or they can't whatever, or if they don't know about tipping culture or whatever. Um, but it feels like a punch to the gut sometimes. Like it is, I do feel like I'm being rejected. I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like, and that's just at work. Forget my relationships or like when a friend cancels on me or stuff. It's like most people are able to kind of blow that off and, not lose their shit over it, but I do internalize it a lot of the times and lose my shit over it.
That's such a one. It's fucked up because I know I can totally see. Oh God, I would be so upset about that too. Something as small as like a small tip, like that would ruin my entire day. And even though it's something that seems so small to other people, like it's not that big of a deal. Tips come and go. It still sits with you in an uncomfortable way. Like it actually weighs heavy on your heart, uncomfortably so. And then it hurts to be so aware of it too.
Yeah. And something I was telling my parents too, it's like I feel like I'm playing a really dangerous game because working in service industry, you are acting. You have to put on a
Mhm.
front no matter how you're feeling. You can't let your emotions take over, no matter how dysregulated your brain is or how rejected you're feeling. It's like I have to put on a show. I have to keep smiling. I have to pretend like I don't give a shit. I have to internalize it and not let it show. And then, I get through my, 8, sometimes 12-hour shifts. And then I get into my car and the mask comes off. And I'm, all of those feelings of rejection or things that didn't go right that I had internalized come out. And it's like I do feel like sometimes when I'm at work, I'm playing a role or I'm not, I can't be 100% myself and I can't wear my heart on my sleeve because my money will be affected. So I get off and I take this mask off. And especially because we have, this dysregulated, you know,
Mhm.
um, emotions, it can feel extremely, extremely overwhelming once I'm allowed to finally, like, be alone and, like, let myself breathe.
Dude, I feel that. I think it's I don't know if you've ever experienced this. I mean, I'm not sure what you've done previously for work, but in let's say in an office setting, at least for me in previous settings in work, I worked in an office where you can't help, they always say leave your emotions and your problems at the door before you come to work. That is almost impossible for somebody with ADHD because
Impossible.
yeah, it's impossible because you're a living emotional empathetic creature. Like, it's your empathetic superpower. You feel 24/7. And of course the logic, it's even worse when you are aware of the logic and the reality. I think I talked about, like, in the first episode, separating like feeling from reality, and you're so aware of it, but the feelings are still there and they come whether you understand and know or not. And then being in this professional setting where, let's say, something really traumatic is happening, or even something small, because like small things can be traumatic for us, which is so dramatic. It's so fucking dramatic.
This is so ADHD of me, like, I'm right now as I'm recording this with you, I'm playing with, a pile of kinetic sand because, like, I need my hands to be doing something.
Dude, I was playing with a little clickety like USB drive for a while, but I'm like, oh no, the audio is gonna be
It
bad.
makes noise.
Literally our brain talking about trauma, but also like, oh, something shiny, oh, something sand.
No, and it goes to like, I'm gonna just say this. When I was little, I knew I was different, and it but because I was such a creative kid, I'm not even kidding you. I have journal pages where I literally thought that I was an alien and everyone else was human, or vice versa. I was like, everyone here is aliens and I came here because I was felt so different. I didn't understand why people didn't feel the same way I felt
Yeah.
or, had the same, like, struggles that I had. I had no one that understood, so I was like, okay, my only, like, logical as a child, the only logical thing I was like, "Okay, I don't belong here, and I don't know if I'm the bad guy or if I'm the good guy, but something's wrong." That's how heavy it is, especially even on a child's brain, because we can't do the things that normal people do.
And oh, I don't know about you, Queen, but growing up for me, one, I was a very awkward in my head child with my ADHD. Two, I was also a very sick child. I don't know if I've ever told you about this, but I grew up with really, really bad asthma. So I was in and out of the hospital as a child, very socially awkward.
Did you have
Yeah,
an
I was that one.
inhaler?
Girl, I had an inhaler. I had like so
Oh
many
my
inhalers.
god, you're so cute, I bet.
Oh god, I was so chubby. I'll have to send you photos. I have photos of me in the hospital when I was a kid. I spent like birthdays in hospitals, Christmases in hospitals. I was that one. But so to be so, for one, sick, very socially awkward, and also knowing that I was gay. I knew that I was gay when I was a kid. Like, I could even tell you the name of my first crush in elementary school. I remember that time so vividly. And not only that,
Wait, say his name.
the what? Oh my god,
I'll
Philip. His
tell
name was
you
Philip.
mine.
His name was Philip.
Oh my god, love that.
Oh my god, he was so freaking cute. Oh my god, but whatchamacallit. Growing up with all growing up with all this like shit already, you're awkward, you're fat, you're you're fat, you're bi, you're fat, you have asthma, socially awkward. not everybody's cup of tea, the weird kid. I was a very weird child, but then also having to go home and deal with the trauma of your family and trying to deal with that family dynamics, kind of like what I talked about in the previous episode. It just creates a whole fucking monster.
Yeah.
And you already feel so shitty. So imagine how tired we are.
Imagine how tired we are.
Imagine how tired we are. But on that note,
sorry,
Queen,
I love you so much.
I love you so fucking much. I want to have you on the podcast again because I feel like there's a lot more we haven't talked about.
Oh my God. I'll come on whenever you want me on. I'm always here.
God, I love you so much, Alex. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Do you want to give us a shout out or like where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Studio City Barbie. I am a bigger deal on TikTok though, and that is just Studio City Barbie.
Oh, and is there any other projects or things that you're working on that you can talk about?
I have a few things up my sleeve. I'm planning a big move by the end of the year. I am writing a book that I'm very obsessed with right now. I'm hoping to get back into entertainment. I used to work in entertainment. I came back. I'm working as a bartender temporarily. I came back to Texas to be with my family for a little bit, but I'm ready to go back, to the wild world of entertainment, wherever that may be. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my next, I've always been a creative person and I'm very, very excited to hop into something. I have something really big up my sleeve. I don't want to say what it is yet, but expect a good book from me one day. A good mysterious book.
What else can we expect?
If you're a Britney Spears super stan, you know where that line is from. A good mysterious book.
Oh my God. I fucking love you so much. I'm so excited, dude. I'm excited for your book. I'm so fucking excited for your book. And excited to see you come back home.
I know. Me too. It's well overdue. The Studio City Barbie will be back in Studio City. I'm just making a little pit stop before.
Oh, and I think I like to say it as we just couldn't afford to have you. We couldn't afford to have you on this season of my life. So we're having you as a guest star on this episode because that's all we can afford in the budget.
Yes. We got bigger budgets on the horizon. Don't you worry. I'm not going anywhere.
I love you so much, Alex. Alexandra Lynn.
Thank you. I also want to say thank you so much. I'm honestly so proud of you. I remember when you first mentioned doing this and I said, bitch, fucking go. You need to have a podcast. And even just listening to the first few episodes, it's like I've never related more. I was talking back. I was listening to the first few episodes of this pod and I was talking back because I felt like I was having a conversation with you and now I'm actually having a conversation with you. So it's a very full circle moment.
I mean, I can't express how genuinely from the absolute bottom of my heart how much that means to me.
Of course.
Because I love you and I think you're so fucking amazing. I think it's insane that we're even talking right now because you're so fucking cool. Why are you talking to my fat ass? You're so amazing and I just love you so much.
I love you. You're so sweet.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And I guess
anytime.
We'll have you on for another episode soon.
Please, I would love to. Thank you so much. And everyone, hit that subscribe button, follow button, whatever the fucking button is, because Eric's got a lot of amazing things on the way.
Thank you so much, Alex. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Please See Above podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Eric Appleseed. I'm Eric Ornelas, the creator, executive producer, and host of Please See Above. This podcast is recorded in Glendora, California. Music is by Juan Avitia. Be sure to check out new episodes every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.